It's your boy Jalen, back with another video, and today guys we're just gonna hop right back into the best class or best loadout for every weapon in Warzone. But this time we're going to do with sights. So we're going to hop straight into it. We're going to go ahead and start with the ARs again. Last time I did this, we didn't use any optics. So this time you could go ahead and throw your favorite sight. I'm just going to throw the first sight on for every gun. Personally, my favorite's a holographic, but let's hop right into this. So for the kilo, I would go ahead and throw on the Singard Arms 19.8. You know you got to keep the monolithic on there. Commando foregrip, and I'd probably throw a 50 or 60, probably a 60. I feel better, more comfortable with a 60. Next gun, FAL. So the FAL, I'd go ahead and throw on the holographic, like I said, my favorite type, probably a VLK. Throw on the marksman, monolithic suppressor. You don't really need a grip. Go ahead and throw a 30 on that, and you could throw on a tac laser. I'm a big fan of the tac laser in this game. I know a lot of people don't like it, so the M4. Go ahead, throw on a monolithic, get a Corvus marksman. That's the best barrel for this gun. We're gonna go ahead and throw that on. Get the commando foregrip and a 50 round mag. There you go. That's how you get this gun to be as good as it possibly can. We're gonna go ahead and get the FAMAS now. We're gonna throw that on. We're gonna throw on this sniper barrel. Monolithic again. Monolithic for all your classes, guys. 50 round mag, and I'd go ahead and throw on a tac laser. If not, you could throw on a rear grip, stippled, whatever you guys want, or you could throw on the stock, up to you if you don't like the tac laser. Odin. This is one of those guns that might need a sight. Go ahead and throw on the longest barrel, Colossus suppressor. I'd probably throw on a VLK on this gun, but up to you guys. Now you need to help with the ADS. I'd go ahead and rock this out. Just like this. Probably I'd put a 30 on it. M13 time. Go ahead. This is actually one of my favorite classes to use. Marksman. Go ahead and put on that. I'd throw a holographic sight on this again. 60 commando foregrip, and then there you go. That's your class setup for the M13. Beast class setup, man. I'm telling you, beast class setup. Go ahead. Throw a monolithic suppressor on the Scar. 20 pounder. Gonna go ahead. Throw on the operator reflex. Again, these aren't my favorite sights. My favorite sight's a holographic, but just for, you know, time's sake, we'll go ahead and throw on whatever sights first, and throw on the 30. So a lot of these guns are probably gonna look the same since you are cutting out, you know, for a bigger mag. So just keep that in mind. Monolithic suppressor for the AK. You're gonna go ahead and throw on the Romanian barrel. That one gives a grip with you, or grip for you. I'd probably throw a 75 on this. I'd again probably put a VLK or holographic, something like that, and I'd probably put a tac laser, help with the ADS a little bit. If not, you could even probably cut. Actually, I'd probably take the tac laser off and do no stock. It'll probably give you like a little more movement speed, especially since the drum is pretty heavy. Now the RAM. Go ahead, throw on a monolithic. You guys know. I'd probably go ahead, and the gun already has really good range. It just runs out of ammo really fast. You could go ahead and throw on either one. I'd probably go ahead and throw on the Eclipse. I'd probably put on the commando foregrip. The commando foregrip is really good if you're trying to still stay at a nice pace. And then I'd definitely put a holographic sight on that for sure. Graw. This is easy, man. Monolithic. You already know. Tempest 26.4. Go ahead and throw that optic on there. Commando grip, 60 round mag. Boom. Beast class. The new gun, the Galil. So you're going to go ahead and throw a monolithic on this bad boy. Definitely want the XRX Zodiac. Oh, excuse me. Again, I'd throw a holographic on there. 45 mag and commando foregrip. That gun has pretty good kick, so I would recommend definitely putting a grip over a tac laser. Alright, SMGs. I really wouldn't put a sight on the SMGs, but for the AUG's sake, I definitely would put something on it. I'd probably go ahead and throw on the extended barrel. I'm not a really big fan of the AUG. I'd probably put on a holographic. It's right there. You definitely want the NATO bullets, the 60, but it makes the gun's like attachment or the recoil insane. And I'd probably throw a tac laser, anything to help the gun kind of get its stability back. P90. I'd use that P90 ring light. I'd use this. This barrel isn't really a necessity. You could use it. I know a lot of people do. I'd put a monolithic on it. I'd go ahead and put a tac laser or 5MW, whichever one you guys prefer. I don't really hip fire like that, so I'd go with the tac laser, and then I'd go with stippled grip tape. So that'd be my class setup for the P90. The MP5, I know a lot of people use the GI Mini Flex. SMGs, I'd probably end up using the GI Mini Flex a lot. I'd use the monolithic integral. It gives you a little more range. Tac laser, again, personal preference. I'd probably put commando if I'm going to be using a sight, or actually I'd still go merc. I'd definitely put a 45, and then that's your 5 attachments for the MP5 right there. Now the Uzi's definitely getting a monolithic. I'd put the I don't know how I feel about the Uzi having the longest barrel. I don't like SMGs having the longest barrel could possibly have. So I'd probably go with the first responder. I'd throw on, I don't even know. I'd probably throw on a mini flex with that too, and I'd probably throw on a merc and attack. I'd probably throw on a 50 actually. No tac laser. I'd probably throw on the 50 instead. The Bison, I used to rock a sight on my Bison. Monocle, that same exact sight. The monocle, monolithic. You can go ahead and throw the polygon on it. This gun already holds 64 bullets, so you could go ahead and put on like a. I'd probably do 5MW and Corvus Marksman just to help it like close, or Corvus Skeleton just to help you up close, or help your ADS speed and all that. MP7, GI Mini Flex, of course, that's what I do. Monolithic, FSS Recon, Merc foregrip, and 60 round mag for sure. 50 or 60, whichever one you guys prefer. I prefer 60. The Striker, this gun is pretty much an AR, bro. This gun sucks in Warzone and in multiplayer, but go ahead, get the Striker. 400mm stainless steel, monolithic suppressor. I'd probably throw a holographic on this too, or GI Mini Flex. This, you may as well use it like an AR, commando foregrip, and 45 round mag. This gun does not, I don't think it's a very good gun at all. The Fennec now, I definitely wouldn't put a sight on the Fennec, but just for the video sake, go ahead and we'll do the Apex. No, sorry. Yeah, the Apex. Go ahead and throw on that Saber, tac laser for me, and this gun doesn't really need a grip because it just shreds up close and doesn't really bounce like that. It just vibrates, which is dumb. Shotties, go ahead and throw on whatever sight you would like. I probably wouldn't even bother putting a sight, but if I had to, I'd use a 5MW. Go ahead and probably throw on the Sport, since it just gives you the tighter spread. The tighter the spread, the better, but a lot of the time the shotgun doesn't even need a barrel because it'll just work itself out. Go ahead and do Merc foregrip. Merc foregrip, and that's your 5 right there. R90. Again, you don't really want to be putting sights on shotguns, so whatever's going to give you the tighter spread. There you go, tighter spread, choke, Merc foregrip, and probably a 5MW. Shotguns are probably all going to look the same. So for this shotgun, you're going to put a sight. You're going to put the sawed-off stock. Go ahead and throw the competition on there, and then put a choke. And then that should be, what, 4, and then you can put 5mm lock. There you go, that's your 5 for that. Origin shotgun, let's go. Let's choke. The barrel, tighter spread, whatever one tells you tighter spread, whichever one you like better, but that's going to help you for bigger shots up close. So 5MW again, go ahead and throw the sight on there. And again, I'd probably put on the 25. Yeah, this thing could spray and spray and spray. So you're better off just using the 25. The VLK Rogue, go ahead. Incendiary, I actually forgot to throw the Incendiary onto the model, but that's definitely what I would use. This is going to give you a wider pellet spread, so you're going to hit further. Go ahead, go ahead, use a choke. Excuse me. And yeah, like I said, if you take off the sight, you could probably put no stock and run around and just blast people. But let's get back to the big stuff. PKM, let's go ahead and put on operator. I'd probably throw on the holographic. You're gonna go ahead and put on the extended barrel 26.9. It's the longest one. Tac laser and no stock. You don't really need a grip for LMGs. Major key alert. You don't need the grip for the LMGs. Alright, SA8. This gun has a short mag. You want to put the 60 on it, off rip. You want to get one of the longer barrels on there, whichever one you like better. Tac laser. And then I'd go ahead and throw on the holographic. I told I was gonna use whatever. GI Mini Flex is the first one. Go ahead and use the M91. Now the M91 you want to grip because this thing will bounce all over the place. Monolithic. You could go ahead and use the one for damage range. You want to cut the stock. You want a sight. So there you go. That's what you got for that. I'd probably end up, you know, using something that's not as heavy as this. Like, I'd probably do that. That way it could help with the mobility a little bit. MG42, go ahead, grab monolithic suppressor. You know, grab that for damage range. Go ahead and throw on a sight. I'd probably throw on a bipod for this, to be honest. The bipod is actually really glitchy in this. And throw on a 100-round belt. That gun spits, so it runs out of ammo real fast. Monolithic suppressor for the Holger. Both of these help ADS. No 30-round mag. You're gonna go ahead and do that. I'd personally use the holographic. You're gonna go ahead and use the Axis tack laser, and I'd probably go with the rear grip. Like I'd probably go granulated. Oh, I have a oops, my bad. Bruin is a shred machine, guys, so I'd probably go with the Summit or Horizon. Most likely I'd go with the Summit. I'd grab the monolithic, you know, of course. Don't want that ADS being any slower. Cut the stock, and EBR, go ahead. I'd put a sniper scope on the EBR, to be honest with you. All the marksman rifles I'd put a sniper on. So go ahead and do the precision. You definitely want to max out all the range for your guns. And you know, since it's gonna have a sniper scope, you don't really need a grip for any of the marksmen. So the MK2, go ahead and get that damage range up. 24. Monolithic, I told you we'd get the sniper scope on here. And I'd probably throw on, you know, stippled or stock. So car, monolithic, 27. You see, like, you just really want to max out the range. You don't even have to use attack laser, especially since it's for Warzone. Go ahead, use ADS, and you could go ahead and use ADS again. So now that you can hold your breath, it doesn't even matter. Crossbow. I didn't even bother with the crossbow last time. I don't even know what sight I'd put on it. Probably a sniper scope too. I'd go ahead and throw on whatever is going to give me the longest range. So this is going to give me the most range. I've never even used a crossbow before. I'd help with the bolt velocity. I'd probably throw on something to help the ADS. And I think I'd just use the regular, or I'd use the explosive bolts. I think time tip, yep, just explosive bolt. So that would be my 5 for the crossbow. And then the SKS. The SKS actually isn't that bad. So you go ahead, throw on the long barrel. Throw on a sniper scope, like I said, whatever. I'm just going to throw on whatever. I don't like the sawed-off personally. I'd throw a 30 on it, and I'd probably just stick with ADS or aim stability and something like that, something along those lines. So that's the best class for that. Now snipers, again, you just want the range pretty much maxed out for every sniper. 20, you know, you want as many bullets to shoot, especially with these autos. I wouldn't put variable zoom on this one. I'd probably just ADS it a little bit, and then, you know, maybe you could throw a variable zoom on there. I'm personally throw attack laser on. I don't care about the laser. I know a lot of people do care about the laser. We'll get to the HDR as soon as we do the AX50. So the AX50, I like variable zoom on the AX50. I like attack laser, because once you get here, things get pretty bad. So like, you don't have a lot of ADS, so you kind of need to figure out a balance. So I think I'd go stippled, or I use stippled. This is my like class that I use if I'm using the X50, which I barely ever use. But when I use the HDR is my favorite sniper in the game. Variable zoom, tack laser, FTAC championship. Go ahead, monolithic, and you throw on the bull barrel or the HDR Pro, and then that's the barrel that I use for sniper. And it holds one. No, it doesn't. Yeah, monolithic. That's why I didn't register. But that'd be the 5 attachments that I use. And then that's it. Unless you know, we could hop right into pistols. Actually, give me 1 second. All right. So for the pistols, though, let's go ahead. I throw on. You know, I wouldn't use a set on my pistol, but just for the video. Monolithic. I personally like staying off the radar. A lot of people don't don't care about being on the radar or being off the radar, but I personally do. So that's why I put a monolithic on everything. But this is the class I would use out for the X16 Beast pistol, by the way. M91, like I said, you want to get that damage range up. use that. Tac laser, and you don't need. Well, maybe for this gun, I'd probably I probably won't use the monolithic. I'd probably use a 15, only for the 1911 or whatever. Yeah, the 1911. This is easy. Honestly, all you have to do is use the long. You get the match grade, you get a snake shot, and then you're pretty much like just set. There you go. That's OP. It's a shotgun pistol, so that's what you would go ahead and do. Go ahead and do that. Tac laser, like I said. This especially since some of the pistols hold like 20 bullets, monolithic, and then you just want the match grade because it really makes that fire rate go crazy. So again, deagle, match grade, trigger, monolithic suppressor. Probably use the enforcer, just help with the range a little bit. Tac laser, and then the sight, of course. So Vernetti, easy money. 3 burst mod, suppressor. Go ahead, throw that on. Tac laser, boom. There you go. So these are your classes. You could even cut the barrel or cut the laser and put on the 27 and just literally spray kids down. I'd take off the sight off all the pistols, but you know, thank you guys for tuning into the video. The channel's been getting a lot of support lately. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate everybody stopping by and, you know, checking out the video. So leave a thumbs up if you guys enjoy it. I'd really appreciate it. Sub if you're new, and catch you guys in the next vid. Peace.